Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, I am Sophie. How are you doing? Welcome to our little community and space and just place to chill and have fun and chat and babble on like I'm doing right now. So for today's video I want to talk to you about a condition that I have. I know, one of many, I hear ya, I feel the same, but I started this channel to raise awareness for conditions that I have and also just remind people that have the conditions that they're not alone, because sometimes it's just nice to know you're not alone. It makes you feel a little less lonely. So I hear you guys, I hear you saying, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, today we are going to be talking about PoTS. No, I don't mean pots and pans. Talking about PoTS, which is a condition, and it stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is a mouthful, I know. So normally when you sit up or when you stand up, gravity will pull down some of the blood to your feet, your hands, your belly, places like that, which then causes your blood vessels to narrow just a smidge and your heart rate increases, which maintains your blood flow to your heart and your brain, which stops your blood pressure going crazy, which, you know, kind of helps. And this is all done by something called the autonomic nervous system, which basically controls your body and it doesn't even have to think about it, it just does it. In PoTS, your autonomic nervous system basically doesn't work properly. So basically when you become upright, you have a drop in your blood supply to your heart and your brain, which kind of tends to cause a problem, and your blood pressure will shoot up to compensate for this, which basically isn't a good thing and isn't a nice feeling. Basically your body just doesn't like being upright. But with any chronic illness, or illness for that matter, there are symptoms, and I'm not gonna lie, they suck. They suck pretty bad. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat it. Symptoms, of course, in anyone are different, they vary. You can get all of them, you can get a couple of them, and everyone has them to different degrees. It just depends what your body basically feels like doing. But symptoms can be things like dizziness, lightheadedness, tiredness, fainting, heart palpitations, shaking, sweating, shortness of breath, struggle sleeping. I think that covers all of them. Nausea. Basically what just makes you feel like you're gonna die sometimes. I have heard things around and obviously have learnt myself, certain things do aggravate it and set it off, and that can be things like heat, eating, exercise, not enough exercise, being on your period. When I'm on my period, everything's always worse. So I thought it would be fun, instead of me just chatting the whole time, that I would add in a little bit here of some of my friends that also have PoTS that have told me some of their symptoms and what aggravates their symptoms slash what can help their symptoms. So I am going to put in a ton of their quotes or messages now that they sent me, and yeah, then you can see, because it's obviously different for everyone, so I didn't want to just do from my point of view. So there are a few different ways that PoTS can be diagnosed, obviously with any condition there are, but PoTS is often misdiagnosed as things like panic attacks or just in your head, which you hear a lot in life, and that's if your doctor even decides to believe you to start with and doesn't just say you're crazy, because trust me, I've been there. There are a handful of tests that will most likely be done to help diagnose with PoTS, and they are things like a tilt table test, which is the worst one, an active stand test, an electrocardiogram, an echocardiogram, which is an ECG, an ultrasound of your heart, a 24-hour blood pressure and heart rate monitoring, and blood tests. And you may have all of them, you may have one of them, you may have half of them. I think I had a fair few of them, if not all of them, and some came back clear and some came back showing PoTS. So, I mean, just tests. So reliable, aren't they? So there are some things that can help reduce symptoms or help prevent it from getting too bad to the point where it is affecting you massively or stopping you from your day. And obviously some will work for some people or won't work for other people, and sometimes they just don't work and there isn't anything you can do. But the one thing that is probably the most important thing and probably helps the most is staying hydrated. Being hydrated is just important anyway, and I know I'm bad for this, particularly like on a weekend when I'm just at home. I just forget to drink, but honestly, drinking definitely makes a difference. Second thing that I find definitely helps for me personally anyway is staying active. Obviously it is dependent on what you can personally push your body to that isn't going to push your body over the edge, and every day is going to be different. Some days you're going to be able to do more, some you're going to be not able to do so much, and it just kind of keeps everything going and in check. I do cheerleading and I notice massively when I don't have cheer that kind of all my symptoms are worse and build up quicker, and mentally I'm just not there. But yeah, everyone's different, and even if it's going for a 10-minute walk that might do it for you, or doing 2 hours of cheerleading, everyone's different, but staying active definitely helps. Another one that I have heard floating around a lot and I have never personally tried, but it is something that I am going to try, is wearing like compression stockings. So the things that you're given basically when you're on a plane to kind of help the blood flow everywhere rather than just going all down to your feet. This one is hard because just life, but avoid standing for long times. It's hard, but I notice that when I'm standing for a long period of time, my head does start going. If you're going to stand up from either sitting down or lying down, do it slowly. If you do it too fast, you're not going to feel very good. And another one that I have been told to do, and my mum always tries to make me do, is include more salt in your diet. In many cases of PoTS, it's unknown why you have it. It's just something to do with your nervous system, but they don't know why. There's no links or anything to it. And other times there are links or other underlying illnesses that contribute and cause the problem. A massive one that I have noticed, probably because of a lot of who my friends are or people that I've kind of talked to with it, and for me personally, is joint motility or EDS, which I have actually done a video on as well, so I will leave the link to that below. Then you have things like diabetes, cancer, lupus, other kind of underlying conditions that can affect the nervous system that can cause PoTS. You can also get poisoning, so from like alcohol poison or certain metals, I believe, can cause PoTS. Or inheriting a faulty gene which basically produces too much of the fight or flight mode hormone, and that can throw your nervous system off as well. Having any chronic illness or any number of long-term illnesses can be really hard and really lonely, and it can make you feel depressed and cause anxiety, but you just have to remember that you are not alone. There are so many people out there that have whatever condition it is that you are fighting, but you just have to remember you're not alone, you're not crazy, and you can do it. You can fight it. Not fighting it is not an option. Well, that is all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, or you learned something new, or you just felt a little less alone, whichever one applies to you. And it is PoTS Awareness Month this month in October, which is why I chose to do PoTS for you guys. So if you could do one tiny weeny little favour for me, that would be to please share this video, help spread awareness about invisible illnesses, and please just kind of help support those who need it and teach those who don't understand it. And please remember that just because it's invisible does not mean that it is any less real or that it is not there. Not all illnesses are visible. That being said, be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you learned anything new, or if you just felt a little less alone, and then I know that you like it. And if you would like to, I would love for you to subscribe. It would be awesome. It's free and we can have a ton more fun together. So if you just want to press that button right down there. And also I'm going to leave the link right up there for my EDS video that I've done, so you can learn a bit about that. And also right over there I'm going to leave the link for the chronic illness tag that I've done, so that you can learn a little bit more about chronic illnesses that I have in very small detail. So until next time, keep watching, stay strong and stay safe. Bye guys.